Hello guys in this family, thank you for tuning into this Microsoft Access database tutorial. My name is Akosmaila. It's been a while that I uploaded a video. I will actually urge you guys to please forgive me because I was busy up to something. I was having some couple of examinations to take, and now we are just back and we are just going to promise to frequently uploading videos so that we can all benefit from this particular channel. If you have not subscribed, please before we just jump into today's tutorial, smash the subscribe button and turn on the little bell notification icon so that you stand to be notified by YouTube each time I upload a helpful video. Now, one of the requests that a lot more of us keep on requesting is how to secure your Microsoft Access database project in the front end. How do you secure it? So basically, securing your Microsoft Access front end has to be done with the use of a login form, an administrator login form like the one that I have in here, which has a particular application that I have a core system. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a simple login form to secure your Microsoft Access database project using basic VBA programming language. You need not be a VBA guru before you can actually create a login form. Being a beginner in VBA programming or having just any level of expertise in VBA programming, you should be able, at the end of this video, you should be able to create your own attractive login form. So in today's video, we are going to learn how to create a login form to secure the front end of our Microsoft Access database project. All right, so guys, now we are going to create a login form like this. So let us jump right into the video. Okay, so I'll close this. Now the first thing that we need to do is to create a table, the login table, the table that is going to store the login details. So we go to create, then we go to table. So here we'll say user ID. So user ID. Now let's make it auto number. Let's click here, make it a primary key. So here we are going to say your first name, tell us your first name. So tell us your last name. Your user, tell us your last name. Now we take your username. Now we take your password as well. Okay, so as that we are done. So if there's a couple of questions that we would like to track alongside this, but then these are the basic ones required in creating a login form. So now that we have this table, Control S to save, or you can simply come in here, right click and select save. Now we'll say login TV. So we have a login TV. Now let's go to the datasheet view here. So now you can create a data entry form for this particular table, but then in this video I'm just going to make it so quick. So I'll begin by entering some details in the table directly. Alright, so Akosmaila, I'll say my username is Akosmaila. Let me say Ghana. So let me say my bestie here, so Sanda Adiza. Then I will say Sanda. Then the password will also be 1 2 3 4. Let me add some couple of people here. So let me say Francis Boampon. So Francis Boampon. Then the favorite name I used to call him Francisco. So the password, I'm going to make it Basa. Okay. All right. So now we are done. So at the end of the video, I'll also show you how to, because at the end of the day, the interest is in securing the database. So if someone even gets into the table, the person shouldn't be able to see the password just like this. So now how do we change this one? So later on, I will show you how to set an input mask for your passwords, also so that they appear in asterisk. Okay, all right. So now that we have the table here, we are halfway through. We go to create. Now go to create a login form directly. So you come in here, go to form wizard. So right in form wizard, the only thing that we are going to choose for now is the first name. Sorry, so we choose the first name. Now we jump in here. Make sure columnar is selected. So we are going to say new, because I already have a login form. So I'll say new login form. Okay, FRM. Now let us preview the form to see how it looks like at first glance. Okay, so now let's right click here and get into the design view to keep some couple of stuffs going. So I'll make this one very small. This one will go away. Okay, so now what we are going to do is to add some couple of items in here. So we are going to add the username. So we add the username and the password. So username and the password, we add them here. Now this username and the password, you highlight them, come to format, visible, you set it to no. For now it has to be invisible. We add this one to this. Yes, so you just make it as simple as that. All right, so now let us try to improve the design of the form. Okay, so the next thing that we'll do is to change the color over here. So I'll come in here, choose this color. Now I'll select this and make sure let's maintain the white for that. We are just trying to improve the design of the login form. So I will select this, the size, I'll make it tallest. Okay, so now let us add a logo here. So let's come down to see whether we can get a logo. Alright, so now let's take, for instance, this is a logo. So we click here, we add it up. So we add it up. Now size mode, let's set it to stretch so that it looks a bit attractive. Also we add a label here. Now this label we are going to call it, so we put the name of the company, of the organization over here. So let's say Myotech. So Myotech Digital Shops. Okay, so Myotech Digital Shops. Now we change it to 18. Let's try to make it a bit bolder. Okay, so now we have it here. Let's increase the size a bit. Alright, so now I'll change the color to black. Alright, now the next thing that I will do, so let us preview the form so that we all understand. So we are going to get rid of this. Then also the form, we are going to make it a pop-up form. So now this is what a pop-up does. So first pop-up, we save. Now pop-up will make the form appear in a window like this. So the next thing, right in here, let us get rid of the record selector. So record selector, set it to no. Navigation, we set it to no. Now there are some stuff that some options that we have to also modify. So scroll bars, we set it to neither. Alright, then now the minimum and maximum, we don't want any of them, so we say none. We don't want any of them. So now close button, we don't want close button also. Okay, so now this is how our form is looking like. Okay, so this time around I'll copy this. So then I will say applications. So Myotech applications. Myotech applications. Now the size, let us reduce it to 12. So reduce the size to 12. Okay, so now that we have this one here, the next thing that we are going to do is to get into the login form in detail. Okay, so now we add some text box here. The next step is to add a text box, so 2 text boxes. Now the first text box is going to be username. So username. So the username here. Now let's copy, paste. So password, this is where the user will enter the password. So password. Now let us give these ones name because we're referencing them in the VBA programming. So we go to other. This one I will say txt username, then this one is also going to be txt password. It can be any name, but then you should be able to recall it in the program. Okay, so now that we are done with this, let us try to improve the design a bit. So okay, we have, so now we pull these ones here. Now let's set the color to black, and we'll make this one 12 is okay. So now let's set it to widest, and alignment we set it to left align. Okay, so now the next thing that you have to do, let us try to bold this. So here we are going to say select first name. So this is where the user will select the first name. So now because it's going to be select, so we add a combo box. So we simply come in here, the controls, you add a combo box. Now this combo box will be added to the first name. So we add it up here immediately. We make it as small as possible. So now we have three options. You choose the last option. Find a record of my form based on the value I select, checked in my combo box. Here, that is what we want. So which options are we going to keep in the combo box? The first name, so first name. Now next, so these are some couple of first name we have. So what name do you want to give to a combo box? So I will just keep the defaults, but then the label associated with the combo box, we don't need it, so we delete it. Now we make it as small as possible. So as small as possible, like this is okay. Okay, so now that we have this one set up, let us preview the form to see how good it is looking. So now you see you have a combo box, and once you select, so you can click, select, you can click, and now you select the name, the names. So as soon as someone comes in, the person selects the first name, then enters the username and the last name. Sorry, the username and the password. So the combo box we need to improve a bit. Okay, so now we will select it. The size we will say tallest. Then alignment, we will align it to the top so that they will all be in line. Okay, good. So now that we have this, I would like us to add a rectangle around it. So we'll set a rectangle around it. So a rectangle. And now this rectangle, special effect, I'll make it sunk. Now you make sure that this form is set to open at the center. Okay, so now here we are. So we have our login form halfway created. So now the next thing, the title of the login form, so the caption you say login. So now when we preview, you can see it's login here. Okay, so let us make this one as small as possible. Now we can change the color here, so we can, let's see whether this one will look good. Okay, so this one is also looking very good. So this one also makes it so beautiful. So let's go by this. So now what are the next steps? So we are now going to add a couple of buttons. All right, so we click in here, button. So this button will be, so we cancel, copy, we paste. Now the first button is going to be, so now the button, I will maintain this shape. Now this one is going to be cancel. So this one is going to be cancel. This one is going to be login. Okay, this one is going to be login. So we select. Now we try to make it a bit bolder. So let me reduce the sizes. Okay, now login, let me pull it down a bit. So the color for the login has to be, let's make it green. So green is okay. Then we make it white. The caption, then the surroundings or the outline becomes white. Now this one is going to be red, so let's make this one red, white in here, so we bold, here too we bold. Now we right click, then we select white as the outline. Okay, so now we have our login form neatly created and designed, but then you can see there are no codes, so now even if you click, it doesn't perform any option. So now the final step is to add the VBA lines or the VBA program to make this login form fully automated, and it's very much easy. So let us go. So here now login, we are going to add a code. Right click, you go to build events, so we select code builder. Right, now guys, mind you shouldn't forget that earlier on we added the password and the username from the table, from the login table associated with the form, and they are here, they are set to hide, so they don't even show on the form. So you can see when you preview the form, these ones don't show, but then we are going to use them in the VBA code. So this is also very much important. Now first let us set the outline for this one to blue, and then see how good it will look. Okay, so it looks good. So now let us go build events. Now we are here, so we are going to declare some variables. So we say dim nk as integer, so dim nk as integer. Now we are going to create if statement to ensure that, so let me minimize this, let me minimize the VBA. So now we have the VBA program here, so I think this is going to confuse us a lot. So now we are going to make sure that the TST username and the password field will not be blank. So if it is blank, user will be forced to enter something. So we say if, so we can say, so checking the blank, checking the null, the null field, checking the null fields of username and password. So this is a comment. Now we say if, so if is now me.txt username, so then nk will be equal to msg box. So we show a message, and the message is going to be please enter your username. Please enter your username. So please enter your username. Now this one is going to be VB critical. Then it's going to be user. So this one is a caption. So your username blank. Then let us put a caption there. All right. So else if. So let's say else if is now me.txt password. Then the same. So then please enter your password. So please enter your password. So here we say password blank. So now let's see. So else do for now. Let's say do cmd beep. So if these ones are false, then now we show a beep, and let's end if. So we'll come back to continue this code. Let's see whether these ones are working. So because I want all of us to be on the same page, so now let's say for instance there's nothing here, you click. So please enter a username. So even if you enter something here, don't enter anything here. Now please enter your password. So if you enter a password too, so you can see it beeps. Okay, this is exactly what we want to do. Alright, so now let's go back into our program. So go to build events. Now we are here. So now we continue the program. So we say else. So let me make this one small. So else if. So now we say else if me dot txt username dot value else if me.txt username.value is not equal to, so if txt username.value is not equal to the me.username, the one that we set hidden, and so this one is end, logical statement end. So it's a two condition, and else if me.txt username.value is not equal to me.this, and me.txt password dot value, so dot value is not equal to me.password. So here we have to add a value here, dot value. So over here too, so we have to add dot value here, dot value. So what we are saying is that if the username that the user will type or types in those two fields, username and password, are not equal to and they are not equal to the ones that we set hidden, so expected then, sorry, there has to be then, so if whatever the user types in there, those two conditions do not match, then what are we saying? So display a message box again. MSG is equal to message box. So MSG is equal to message box. So we say either your username or password is incorrect. So either your username or your password is incorrect. Please enter. Please try again. So please try again. So please try again. Now this one is also going to be VB critical. Then we say, so what are you going to say? So the caption is going to be login unsuccessful. So login unsuccessful, because this one is object programming. Microsoft VBA is object programming was oriented, so it has to be very much communicating, and it's also a desktop application we are designing. So login unsuccessful. Okay, wow. So if the details are not correct, then issue a message box that the username and password is incorrect, and then login has failed. So if not, else. So else for now, let us say, now before then, let us, if the login details are wrong, let us empty the username and the password. So we say me.txt password dot value, so it is equal to blank. Then we do the same thing for me.txt username dot value. So if you log in, as soon as you log in fields, then we empty those fields for you to try again. So else, if it is wrong, then we say nk is equal to message box. Let us reach you that hey, your login is now successful. So message box, now we say your login is successful. Hooray, hooray. So hooray. Now this one, let's make VBA information. So these are a couple of lines of VBA codes needed to get your login form working, and we'll try it out very soon. So success, so we say success for now, but later on we'll be opening forms after logging in. Then we'll say end if. Okay, so guys, these are the lines of code. So let us test it out and see the effectiveness of our program. So now I'll copy this and then send it over here so that I can actually minimize this one a bit. Alright, so now let's just try it out and see. So first phase, we have nothing inside, so enter username. So you select any user, so enter username. Okay, now so let's say we enter this, still working. So now you can see the details are wrong. So say either your username or password is incorrect, please try again. Either your username or password is incorrect, please try again. and you can see the fields have been emptied as well. So now let us select the right field, Francis. So Francis, the username is Francisco. So Francisco. And one thing you have to take note of is that VBA is case insensitive, so capital letters and then lowercase are all the same. So Francisco, so once you select, so Francisco, so I think we are having, there is a problem with the program. So Francisco, let's type a wrong password and see. Login is successful. Hooray, no, login must not be successful here. So there's an error with the program. Now let us go into debug. So we just get right in here. So now instead of rechecking this one, let us check it one by one. So if me.tx username.value is not equal to me.username.value, is not equal to me.this1.value, then let's say nk equals msg box. So let's say your username is wrong. Your username is wrong. So VB critical. So let us check it one by one. So is it incorrect username? So else if me.txt password dot value, so if it is not equal to, me dot password dot value, if it's not equal to me dot password dot value, then also we issue the same message. So then also we say your password is wrong, incorrect password. Okay, now we save. Then so we delete this. All right, so this time around we are checking them one by one. So if me.txt username the value is not equal to, it was not equal to this, then we set this. Other than that, we also check this. So let us go in and check this time. It should be working now. Okay, so first we check this. So username is wrong. Okay, good. So now Francisco, so now your username is still wrong. So Francisco, the username is still wrong, incorrect username. So Francisco, yes, because even we've selected our course. So let us select Francis. Now you could see that the username is correct, but then the password is wrong. They say your password is wrong because username is correct. Okay, now everything goes blank. So let us enter. Let's just log in for Francisco. So Francisco, your password is wrong. So Francisco, now let us enter correct details. Now we come in here, password is Basa. So Basa, login. So your login is successful. Hooray! So now you can see the login for Francisco is not successful. Now assuming you say Basa 0, password is wrong. So if your password is wrong, you hit OK, everything goes blank. So let us log in for our course also. So username, now we'll say, so our course, mine is Smiler. Sorry, I could smile. So I could smile. My password is also GA. So let me say this. Password is wrong. So let me enter again. I could smile. Password is Ghana. So now your login is successful. Hooray! The login is now successful. Hooray! Okay, so now the final step is after the login is successful, we move on to open the home page. We move on to open the home page. So how do we do that? That is also very much simple. So you make sure you know the name of the home page. So let's say my home page here is this. So this is my home page. Okay. So first so new login form. Alright, so now we go back to the code. So else if after displaying the message we still say do cmd dot open form, and what is the name of the form? It's home page. So home page, we are done. We open home page. Now let us log in again. Akosma. Now password is now Ghana. The login successful. Okay, so now you can see it has moved on to open the home page for us over here neatly. So now, although everything is successful now, you could see that there was still a drawback here because once the home page is open, login is supposed to close. So how do we track that? All right. So then we just move on to add this. So if you open the home page, then do cmd dot close. So dot close. What are you closing? AC form. So AC form. So what is the name of the form? The form that we are closing is new. So new login form. Then AC save. You say yes. Okay. So now we are done with our login form. So let us log in again. So Akosma Ghana login. And this time around you can see that so we are still having the form, then it implies that the name we put over there was actually wrong. So let us track that. So do close login form new. So yes, it is FRM, not the full form. So it's FRM. So now let us go. So let us log in again. So we say Akosma Ghana, and this time you can see it has actually vanished from there. So now the final thing that we are going to do is, now for every login, once the login form is open, there has to be an input mask here, and then the user shouldn't be able to click anywhere in the system except the login. So how do we do that? Now to check the inaccessibility of the surrounding environment of the access application, this is what you do. Now you come to other, make sure you set modal to yes. So once you set modal to yes, the user cannot click anywhere except unless he or she responds to the login form. As well. Then you can also, now you can see the user can move the form about. You can also check that by coming in here. You come to formats. So border style, we also have border style. You can set it to none. So now let's set it to 10. Then movable. Now it is set to yes, you can set it to no. And once you set it to no, the user wouldn't be able to move it about. So now you can see the user cannot move. And as soon as this one is opened, if for standard application to come to the center, the user wouldn't be able to move it. But for now, movable, we'll set it to no. Now we're going to set input mask for password. So we come in here, we come to input mask. So we want to set input mask for password. We highlight password. So we highlight password. Now input mask, we click in here. Now we want password, so we select password. Finish. Now we are done. So as soon as we come in here, Akosma, now password Ghana, and you can see that no one will actually see it. Once you hit login, successful go through. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's tutorial. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and share the video to any Access community so that everyone will get to benefit from this video. If you have a comment, kindly put a comment, but you can also find in the description of the video my contact details to contact me out appropriately for any sort of assistance or inquiries into any of our projects. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.